What's up, everybody? It's Ross at GridRival here to give you an overview of the most common mistakes that first-time players make on our season-long fantasy game. Starting off, number one is they fail to watch the game guide and read the rules. Have you ever heard this iconic song? I think a lot of people think mistakenly that they're saying rock the Casbah. If you listen closely, what they're actually saying is watch the game guide. Listen again.
Watch the game guide. Watch the game guide.
Watch the game guide, read the rules, learn how to play. A lot of people don't do it.
Come on, man.
All right, let's talk briefly about contracts. One of the biggest mistakes that new players on this game make is failing to understand that the core strategy is about making as much money as you possibly can by adding drivers to your team that you think are underpriced and profiting from them as they go up, hopefully in value. As an example, if you sign a driver to your team that's worth $12 million and you put them on a 4-race contract, over those 4 races, they do really, really well and they're worth $15 million when they drop off your lineup. That $3 million gets added to your team's value and you get to use it to build a better team to fill that next position. Over the course of this season, this can add up to a substantial increase in team value. Another big mistake that we see with first-time players is signing all of their drivers to the same exact length. Going back to the point of the game, which is finding drivers that are underpriced, when you're thinking about length, think about how long it will take for that driver to maybe go back up in value. If you think they're really, really undervalued and you want to keep them for 5 races, sign them for 5 races. If you think maybe they just had a DNF and they dropped in value a lot and you think they're going to go back up, maybe sign them for 1 or 2. The other thing to think about in terms of length is that if you sign every driver, especially after the first race, for 5 races, you can't make any changes to your team for 5 more races. So no strategy decisions unless you release a driver early and pay the fee. All right, next up with regards to contracts is the 1-race rule. All this means is that when a driver gets released from your team, either because their contract is up or because you release them early, you cannot sign that driver to your team again for at least 1 race. And finally, as it relates to managing your team, important to note that any open positions can be changed as much as you possibly want between events. That means before the first race of the season, you can change your lineup as much as you want. All 6 positions are open, none of them are locked. Change it around to your heart's content. All right, number 3 is lockdown. Lockdown happens at qualifying for Formula 1 at the start of the race for NASCAR leagues. All that lockdown means is that you just can't make any changes to your lineup once it goes into place. It usually lifts about 24 hours after the race has been completed, and then you can start making changes for the next weekend. You should receive 24, 4-hour, and 1-hour notifications if you have empty positions on your lineup. Number 4, one of the biggest things that we see happen is people forget to select a talent driver. That's any of the drivers on your lineup that have a star next to their name. Those people earn double points. Typically, that's any driver that's less than $18 million. So make sure to select one because it's worth a whole lot of points for your fantasy lineup. All right, before I go, just a few things that people probably didn't realize they could do that are fun in the game. Number 1 is you can change your team name within your league. You can do it by tapping league settings right here. That'll show up on your leaderboard. You can use it to have fun, be silly, talk smack, whatever you want. Last but not least, one of the biggest mistakes that I think you could possibly make on GridRival is not starting and managing your own league. A lot of people join the games by getting invites to these leagues that have hundreds, thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of players in them, and those are a lot of fun. But I think the most fun you can possibly have on this product is by creating a league and having 3, 4, 5, 6 of your friends. It'll make the season more social, more engaging, and I promise the sport will be a lot more fun as a result. Thank you. We're here for you. Ask us questions. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. Email us at support@gridrival.com. We want to help you have a successful 2024 fantasy season.